Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, winter wallop. A powerful Christmas blizzard sweeping across the country. Dangerous snow, ice, and wind sparking crashes. Flipping tractor trailers on the highways. Thousands of holiday travelers grounded. And the storm moving east right now.
Trump's Christmas bombshell. The president-elect announcing he will dissolve his charitable foundation as he attends Christmas Mass, receiving a standing ovation upon arrival. Plus, the new shakeup in the Trump administration, the staffer who's backing out of his new job, why he resigned just days after being appointed.
Post-holiday shopping secrets, where to find the best day after Christmas deals, the biggest bargains, the stores to hit first, and why you shouldn't wait to make your returns.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
And celebrating a pop legend, George Michael, dying suddenly at age 53, found in his home in London on Christmas Day.
Wake me up before you go.
He rose to fame as one half of Wham before restoring our faith as a solo superstar.
'Cause I gotta have faith.
That powerful voice captivating millions of fans and his friends.
He made such a tremendous contribution musically. It's a huge loss.
Baby.
The tributes pouring in from around the world this morning.
Please don't go away.
From ABC News, live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning. If you were around for the 1980s, and if, like us, you were teenagers in the 1980s, that voice is unmistakable.
Yeah, as Aretha just said, it is a huge loss. That is our big story this morning, a shock to the music world. Singer George Michael, dead at the age of 53. This is a live look outside the pop superstar's London home. You can see fans showing their support for the music legend, even leaving flowers right there at his home.
And online, the celebrity tributes have been pouring in overnight. Liza Minnelli posting that George Michael was a musical genius, and I am so grateful to have known him. Ellen DeGeneres calling her friend a brilliant talent. And Sir Elton John posting on Instagram, I am in deep shock. I have lost a beloved friend, the kindest, most generous soul, and a brilliant artist.
Indeed, a brilliant artist. His publicist confirming the news late on Christmas Day. He passed away peacefully in his sleep. The pop star being remembered as a wildly successful artist with more than 30 years in the spotlight. And TJ Holmes is here now with the very latest on this story. Good morning, TJ.
Hey, good morning, Paul. You mentioned that publicist statement, and that statement specifically had a line that said George Michael had not been ill. Yet on Christmas Day, fans around the world get the news that at 53, he had passed away. This man was a force in music, the likes of which we may never see again, not just because of the 100 million albums sold, not just because he was able to blend R&B, soul, pop, and rock, but also he pushed boundaries when it came to sexuality and being a musician and what it meant to be a pop star.
No matter who you are or where you grew up,
You put the boom boom into my heart.
that sound of George Michael is unmistakable.
Wake me up before you go. 'Cause I'm not planning on going solo.
As one half of the 80s British pop sensation Wham, Michael woke up a new generation of music lovers.
What do you listen to at home?
I listen to a lot of pop, American and English. A lot of old Tamla I like. But basically just anything you can dance to.
The pop superstar died of heart failure Sunday at the age of 53. His publicist tells ABC News Michael passed away peacefully at home over the Christmas period. His career ran the musical gamut, from upbeat dance hits to down-tempo soulful ballads.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
And that iconic voice was also behind this holiday classic.
I'll give it to someone.
But the chart topper
Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body.
left an even deeper musical imprint with his breakout solo career in the 90s, which gave us all a little faith.
'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith.
But those years were marked by public victories and struggles. Michael made strides after coming out as gay in the 90s, lending his powerful voice to the fight against AIDS. But he also battled his own demons with arrests for lewd behavior and drug possession.
I just want to start again.
And in 2011, a battle with pneumonia nearly cost him his life. But as for his career, the numbers speak for themselves. Over 100 million records sold in a career that spanned 3 decades, with one constant. He was a heartthrob.
Well, what is it about me that women seem to ignore the fact that I'm gay? I think women really get the feeling that I understand them. And I write from the heart.
This morning, millions of friends, fans, and collaborators are paying tribute to the icon. Like the queen of soul herself, Aretha Franklin, whose duet with Michael won them a Grammy.
He was on the money. She made such a tremendous contribution musically. It's a huge loss.
You give people music for years and years when you write. You tie yourself to big events in their lives. You tie yourself to their childhood and their growing up, and it's a real privilege.
I will be the one who loves you till the end of time.
And of course, as you can imagine, countless tributes been coming in. Of course, social media, we get them instantly. Madonna was just one of many that put one out. We'll put hers up. But she certainly made reference to her friend here, George Michael, but also at the end of her message, we don't have our tweet for you, but at the end of it, she made reference to 2016. Go away. We get celebrity deaths every year, but huge, iconic, historical figures, it seems, have been dying this year. From David Bowie, even Gene Wilder. I talk about Muhammad Ali. All these figures, so here it is, 2016, another legend, an icon that's gone now.
Just watching your story, just a flood of nostalgia for me. I mean, and he was so aware of how his work did play such a huge role in people's lives.
And he was one who was interesting, who could blend. He had R&B hits, folks, and people don't remember that. He was a pop star, a rock star. He was a true talent in that way. And again, he pushed those boundaries. It wasn't just the music. It wasn't just the album Soul. But he started talking about sexuality and things that other musicians, today it doesn't seem like maybe a big deal, but at the time, this was huge what he was doing.
He weaved in really important narratives in the conversation as well and started those important conversations. TJ, we'll see you a little bit.
You got it. See you shortly.
And People Magazine executive editor Kate Coyne and ABC's senior medical contributor Dr. Jen Ashton are joining us now. And ladies, thank you for joining us. Jen, let's start with you. George Michael's manager is saying that he died of heart failure. Now, the police aren't saying that, but they are ruling out anything suspicious. So how do we decipher this? What does it mean?
So there's some big medical clues here, Paula. You know, some things are not really adding up. On a death certificate, doctors will often put cardiac arrest as the final event because that is the last event before someone dies. But to say heart failure has a very specific meaning in the medical world, and that would not be, as they're saying, unexplained. And it really wouldn't be the cause for doing an autopsy because people with heart failure, when they do die, typically have symptoms, shortness of breath, fluid buildup in the lungs, and they are usually hospitalized for those symptoms. So people rarely will die out of the blue suddenly of heart failure. So I think this is an example of a lay term, just the heart stopped, being thrown out there by his manager, but medically there's a very different meaning. I think it would be more appropriate possibly at this point to say sudden cardiac death. But again, the reason they're saying it's unexplained and doing an autopsy is because I don't think they know.
Kate, you've covered George Michael for years. You know, how would you describe his impact on pop music and the culture?
Oh, I think it really cannot be understated. Tremendous, tremendous impact. I mean, you know, you talk about 2016 and the losses. You know, Prince is obviously another huge one that comes to mind. But unlike Prince, George Michael wasn't somebody who played around with gender roles, with androgyny. I mean, he was a heartthrob during the peak of his success, a heterosexual heartthrob who then had to transform his career when he was essentially outed and had to remake what he meant to people and did so flawlessly. I mean, he was the number of songs, which, bear in mind, did not have a hit factory behind them. He wrote these songs himself. He was a composer. He was a true musician and just a tremendous talent.
Yeah, it was what's written about him that his music was often confessional in tone. He said that he got into music, his start, because because I wanted to be loved. He was loved and he is loved. Kate, Jen, thank you for joining us. We'll see you a little bit later in the show, Dr. Jen.
Much more on this topic as the show continues, but we do move on now to the severe weather, creating a travel mess for millions of people across the country. A Christmas blizzard bringing icy, dangerous roads for many families heading home after the holiday weekend. It's also creating delays at the airports. And ABC's Lindsay Janis is at New York's LaGuardia. Hey, Lindsay, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. More than 100 million Americans were expected to be hitting the road or flying this holiday season. And for parts of the country where it has been a white Christmas, travel is slow and dangerous.
Overnight, near whiteout conditions across the northern plains. Residents digging out from under a Christmas blizzard, packing heavy snow and winds. In Grand Forks, North Dakota, freezing temperatures and an ice storm leading to dozens of crashes and spinouts, closing major highways across the state for hours. High winds also wreaking havoc. This semi toppled by powerful gusts in Grand Island, Nebraska. 70 miles east, several trailers at this car dealership knocked over too.
It does look like it might have been a twist or a tornado.
This building flattened by the strong winds. In Flagstaff, Arizona, heavy snow stranding trucks and cars on the roads for hours, leaving many to wait out the treacherous conditions on Christmas Day.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just waiting. That's all I can do, right?
Thousands of air travelers also forced to wait. The wicked weather causing over 1,100 flight delays Sunday and more than 300 flights canceled. The Rapid City and Bismarck airports canceling more than half of their flights.
And add to that more than 200 flight delays and cancellations already this morning. Paula, always a good idea to check on your flight before you head to the airport.
Good advice. Lindsay, thank you. We want to send things over to Rob now with an update on those dangerous conditions. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Paula. Dan, this is a powerful storm, guys, and it has explosive development. Look at it just throwing itself up into Canada. Blizzard conditions right now across the northern tier. We're talking about wind chills that are well below zero, and visibility is down to zero as well. Until noon, we have those kind of conditions. And we have warm air also that's kind of pumping up on the south side of this. A rare Kansas tornado for the month of December. And this front goes down into Dixie Valley. So Little Rock, Nashville, Louisville, you might see some strong storms later on today. And then some of this, before the warm air gets up into the northeast, might see some icing conditions, parts of Pennsylvania and upstate New York to start. And then we get into all rain and much warmer tomorrow. But the travel conditions today across the southwest, much better. The northwest, so another new storm coming in. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. Dan, Paula, back over to you.
It just doesn't stop. Rob, thank you. We turn now to the latest in the Trump transition. With the inauguration just 3.5 weeks away now, the president-elect announcing over the weekend that he will be closing down his charitable foundation, which is under investigation right now. ABC's Mary Bruce is tracking it all from Washington. Mary, good morning.
Good morning, Dan. They're already busy here getting ready for the inauguration. Just outside the gates here on Pennsylvania Avenue, they're building the stands for the parade. Now just 25 days to go till Donald Trump is president. And this morning, his team is scrambling to clean up any potential controversies. Attending church in Palm Beach, Florida on Christmas Eve, President-elect Donald Trump was given a standing ovation. And he wished everyone a Merry Christmas. On Twitter, of course. Trump spending the holiday with family, but also racing to get ahead of their potential conflicts. Over the weekend, announcing plans to dissolve his family foundation, saying to avoid even the appearance of any conflict with my role as president, I've decided to continue to pursue my strong interest in philanthropy in other ways. Trump insists that 100% of the money goes to charity. But the organization is still being investigated by the New York Attorney General's office, which says the Trump Foundation cannot legally dissolve until that investigation is complete. And while his inauguration is still a few weeks away, Trump is already wading into foreign policy and butting heads with the current Obama administration, making it clear he's not pleased with the White House's recent decision to allow the UN to pass a measure condemning Israel, tweeting that it will make it much harder to negotiate peace. Too bad, but we will get it done anyway. The Obama administration pushing back.
After January 20th, he will be responsible for the conduct of American policy. Until January 20th, President Obama is. That's how it works, just one president at a time.
And Donald Trump is still raising serious concerns after he seemed to welcome a nuclear arms race, reportedly saying the U.S. will outlast and outmatch any nuclear adversary. Dan?
And Mary, there's been something of a surprise on the staffing front as Trump forms his administration. Can you tell us about that?
Yet Trump's White House team is already being shaken up. Last week, he announced Jason Miller will be his communications director, but now Miller says he's not going to be joining the team after all. Instead, Miller says his family needs to be his top priority. Dan?
Mary, thank you. For more on all of this, let's bring in ABC News political analyst Matthew Dowd, who's in his hometown of Austin, Texas this morning. Matt, good morning to you. Happy Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day. Good morning.
So Trump, as Mary reported, is shutting down his foundation. But how much does that help with the overall conflict of interest issue, given that he still has his company?
Well, I think Donald Trump and many of his staff understand that the thing that would most likely anchor Donald Trump with problems is all of the conflicts related to his business and the foundation. He's figured that out. He's obviously made this announcement to preempt that. But the problem, as Mary said and you said, is that he's still under investigation for problems in the foundation before now. It's a little bit like Tom Brady announcing he's no longer going to inflate footballs, but he still has to deal with previous games where it happened.
Yeah, let's see how the folks in Boston respond to that analogy this morning. Matthew,
I'm a Detroit Lions fan, so
yes,
they're going to have to deal with it.
You've made that very clear. So Donald Trump's favorability rating at this point is low compared to where his predecessors have been as they've approached the inaugurations. How much do these numbers matter?
Well, Donald Trump, as we all know, lost the popular vote on Election Day by almost 3 million votes. Part of his problem has been a majority of the country has never supported him. Every single president, new president, has taken office in the last 60 years, has gone into the inaugural with a popularity rating above 50%, meaning a majority of the country was supporting them going in. Donald Trump right now is 42%, 17 points lower than George W. Bush was, and more than 20 points lower than Barack Obama was. It's problematic in governance and in bringing the country together. What we've seen since Election Day is Donald Trump has made great appeals to his base and great appeals to the voters that supported him, but he has made few appeals to people that either support Hillary Clinton or supported a third party. That's a problem as he takes office.
3.5 weeks until inauguration. Matt Dowd, thank you very much. Paula, over to you.
You're okay with the Deflategate comment as a Bostonian?
I'll forgive him.
Okay. By the way, if you have any shopping to do, listen up, Dan. Not all those gifts. Santa Claus was very busy this weekend, according to NORAD's Santa Tracker. Santa delivered more than 7 billion presents on Christmas Eve. If you're still in shopping mode, you're not exhausted. Well, Becky Worley has the best post-Christmas bargains. Becky, good morning to you. That is, if any of us have energy to shop, but you say it's a good day, right?
It is, Paul, and let me tell you why. Because looking at a few different sources, retailers estimating holiday sales grew overall by about 3 to 4%. But here's the important thing for shoppers to know. We're talking about online sales growing twice as much. So the inventory online may be lean, but in the malls, in the brick and mortar retailers, they are itchy today to get rid of extra inventory. That means sales. So let's start with the blanket discounts. Many of the big chains, Limited, 50% off, Express, 50% off, Gap, 40% off. Loft, Lucky, even online you are going to see sales. Shutterfly, 50% off. Now, I think that the in-store inventory is going to be really compelling, more so than what you find online, and you'll see more one-off sales items that store managers have the discretion to discount. So this is really about hunting for deals.
Hunting for deals. So today, if you want to brave those brick and mortar stores, Becky, you say today is the day to do it. I don't know if I'm that brave.
That is right.
All right.
Yes. I mean, trust me, I know many of us are shopped out, but if you're going to go, there are sales to be had.
Yeah, I'm tired from eating and shopping and just about everything. Becky, stand by. We'll see you a little bit later in the 8 o'clock hour. And we've got more deals coming up in the next hour, but right now, let's go back to Rob with that new storm moving.
Southern California, check it out. Snow on the Grapevine. This is I-5, the higher terrain there. People pulling off to take the pictures. And we do have another new storm system that's coming into the Pacific Northwest. Winter storm warnings are posted for another foot or two above 3,000 feet. This is great snow for the ski resorts, but again, I-5 is going to be treacherous. Time now for your select cities, brought to you by Macy's.
It's Macy's One Day Sale Monday. Doors open 7 a.m. with amazing deals of the day store-wide. Save on wool blend and down coats from Cole Haan, Vince Camuto, and more, now 60% off. Quarter-carat total weight diamond heart bracelets, your choice, $69.99. Boots from Style & Co., Alfani, and more, 50% off. Take 30% plus an extra 15% off blenders, juicers, irons, floor care, and more. And get 500 thread count 6-piece sheet sets, $29.99. Macy's One Day Sale. Doors open 7 a.m. Monday.
Wow, temperatures are going to be on the mild side again today. A lot of folks still off. Today we'll have an overcast sky, but it is going to be dry. Any rain will wait until after midnight, about 3 a.m., ending at about 9 a.m. And the best chance of those showers will be mainly north of D.C. for early Tuesday. So Montgomery County, Howard, Loudoun County on northward up through Maryland. And take a look at the temperatures. Today around 50 degrees, tomorrow 62. It's going to feel like October.
Thanks to Rob. Coming up on GMA, the actress Carrie Fisher, star of Star Wars, in the hospital after a cardiac